welcome to Presentation Skills Q&A. I am Martin Lindeskog. Hi, Carina.
Hi, Martin. How are you today this lovely morning?
Yes, I'm up early, rise and shine.
I have a beautiful sunrise here at the west coast of Sweden. It's fantastic, I must say.
You have to take a picture Aaron, without a flash.
Yes, absolutely. Now,
so
we are going to talk about the whole picture today.
Yes,
this is my picture. How are yours?
Yes, it's good. I like the word the whole picture, as I'm interested in philosophy and fundamental ideas, and where it's good to get the whole picture. And that's what I'm into podcasting 2.0 also, to get the whole picture, to develop a field, an area, to see it. And that's a good thing to have it as a topic, the whole picture. And we will continue with how you could use different tools.
Yes.
When you are creating content, and especially podcasting. So we talked a little bit about Canva last time.
And we talked about Canva, yes.
Yeah, and we will talk about a new tool also, and a list of different tools. So Canva, we could start with that again. I'm interested in how they have developed with different templates for example, artwork of a podcast. In the past, it was like a few ones that you could pick or choose between, and it was called like music album, like a square, like you have a vinyl album. You could look at it like that. And then you get this perfect size for the artwork. It's like maximum, I think it is like 4,000 pixels times 4,000 pixels. And then it have to be taking a small space, like is it 500K or something like that? So it doesn't take too much space on your phone when you look at podcast artwork and click on it.
But I think in this way, Martin, the whole picture, it also depends on what you have, what you got, what you want to illustrate, should I say. If you want to illustrate a landscape of flowers, bakery, people, or a logotype, for example, then the picture, you can use it in many ways to get the whole picture. And I think the best things to use is the square, because then you can use the picture for different platforms and for different things.
That's good. And in this area, then in a podcast, so today we'll use here, if everything goes according to plan, a tool called Vizzy.fm. Then you could have this is a short podcast and episodes. So maybe we don't have so many segments, an introduction, a call to action, something content in between, but you are creating nice artwork, you could say, and squares and images for posting on Facebook and Instagram using Canva, I think. So that we will include in this show notes and in the artwork. And you could say then in the chapters, like different segments. So when you use a new podcast app, you could then see the image that Carina has created. And you could, for example, have a image of a book cover, like your books, for example, or some other things. And then you watch the screen at the same time as you're listening. So that we will test and doing this time around.
Yes, but we work different. I am a person who prefer Canva, and I do a lot of things on that platform. But I also know people that doesn't use it at all and create it in, for example, in their PowerPoint, and use the computer's tools to work with their picture. And you have also a lot of other platforms you can use for this. I found, and I hopefully we can get it in English as well, but we had a top 10 of all these programs for picturing, for using different tools for your pictures. And we can take and put that link in our show notes.
Yeah, So there I saw on the top of the list it was GIMP, for example. So that's an easy tool to use, and I will come up with another one that I have used. I think it was Pixlr or something like that when I then created or adjusted or podcast artwork in order to get it according to the specification of Apple Podcasts, and that was easy to use. So, and also you had a link there for that interesting how in the early days, if you created websites and programming, you could get an interest of investors and others. So that was a guy who had something called Video Plus, I think.
Yes.
And then he sold his company, and now he's into the food business or something like that. So, yeah.
Yeah. A very interesting program on Swedish television. And we also put a link to that program in our show notes. And that's there you can see how important a picture really are to get people interested in what you are doing. So the picture, it says 1,000 words, you used to say.
So the call to action now is to download a new podcast app, and you could look into the show notes for that.
Yes.
Different ones like Fountain and Podverse and others. And then you could look on it and see the chapters and the images that we have included in this episode and see what you think about that.
Sounds nice, really nice. Now, Martin, I have a beautiful sun here, so I'm going for a walk, I think, a morning walk.
Yeah, have a nice walk and listen to a podcast.
Yes, absolutely.
Cheerio. Bye for now.